Robin van Persie with us from the Netherlands. And before the break, Robin was talking about the lack of commitment in that game. Do you feel some of the players aren't trying enough, Paul?
No, I don't really agree with the commitment side. I think there was an element of commitment. I just think the quality was so bad. The amount of times they gave the ball away, made decisions, bad decisions, trying to beat a man. Paul Pogba, when he came on, he was trying to beat a man, he was trying to hold people off rather than pass the ball and keep it moving. The movement from the centre forwards was virtually non-existent. Anthony Martial, the amount of times I looked up when a midfield player had the ball, he was just stood in between his two centre halves doing nothing. It was just a real lack of quality for me. I'm trying to find an excuse, a reason for it, but at the end of the day, I think they were in good positions, but the final bit, the quality was really, really lacking.
Did you feel that you knew what the plan was from Manchester United tonight, Robin?
Well, you could see with Cavani coming on that he was making like proper striker runs, but no one could find him, no one passed him the ball. So then with Cavani in your team, you have a player who's stretching the pitch, you know, that's always needed. But you need to find players like him, you know, you need to feed him. Unfortunately, no one could find him, but that is partly down to Basaksehir as well. The way they played, the way they defended was just really good. But the game plan, yeah, it was the pace was too low to really hurt the opponent. They were passing, they were doing their stuff, but this is what I'm trying to say, is that you need to be on your toes. It's not to give a pass just for the sake of the pass. You need to give the pass with an idea to go forward, to break lines. There should be options, there should be movement. And I just missed that feeling. I didn't feel that they were on their toes, that they were really there, like full focus, ready for that game. It looked a little bit sloppy at times. It looked, yeah, not really 100%, like I said, in full focus, committed to this game. And, you know, I could have told them before the game that this is the difficult team to play against, you know, because they play well, they commit defensively. It's a team which in England maybe not many people know, but I knew them, and these type of teams are difficult to beat.
Is there an element that they could have underestimated them?
No, I don't think so. They're in the Champions League. You know, they're Turkish champions. You know, they're
for the first time, though.
Yeah, but you know, they've earned the right. Now that's 6 years. You know, they've been fabulous, and they're growing towards being the best team in Turkey, which they were last year. Being in the Champions League, that's the first goal they've ever scored in the Champions League. You know, for them to be on a stage with Man United, this is what they're building towards, and they played like it. And I think up to the goal, Man United were in complete control of the game. Basaksehir weren't really in the game. One mistake on a corner, your own corner, trying to play short, leads to that goal. And then all of a sudden, then you start to suffer. So credit, the boys are right, credit them, you know, the way that they play. But I don't understand all these short corners anymore. Why is everybody playing short? All your centre-backs are in the box. Put it in the mixer. You know, you got Fernandes and Mata trying to link up. Why are they trying to get it into Wan-Bissaka to cross it? You guys cross it. You know, I don't quite understand that. And the point is, turnover of possession there. The boys are still up the pitch. I mean, look how open that is. I mean, as we were saying, you do not see that. You don't see that. Ollie will be fuming. Somebody must have been supposed to be there, and they weren't.
Henderson was fuming. You can see it there. You said earlier, Paul, it's an embarrassing way to concede.
It's comical. It's laughable, really, what has happened. You know, normally before a game, you have your set pieces. You'll have your man who should be back on the halfway line for corners. They've got nobody within 20 yards of their centre forward. And we did see on the video Mick Phelan was trying to organise, trying to get people there, but it just didn't happen. And well, Dean Henderson as well, he should be able to see that as well.
Someone on the pitch has to take responsibility for that.
Of course you do, yeah. Dean Henderson especially. Or Matic, a man of Matic's experience. You're telling me you can't see that man 20 yards behind him? And why would he leave him when Matic can't run anyway? You know what I mean? He's got 20 yards to make up on him. There's never in a million years he's going to get there.
And Demba Ba getting the goal at 35. He's 5 years older than Istanbul Basaksehir. He did well tonight, though, didn't he? But from a Manchester United point of view, Owen, it was just remarkable for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at it because actually, when you're in possession and it's your corner, you know, this shouldn't happen. We've already seen it, yeah? There's the turnover of possession. I'm just going to highlight the back four. That's Harry Maguire. That's Tuanzebe. That's Luke Shaw in there. And that's Wan-Bissaka. That's your back four. I mean, and the point is there. Matic is there. And really, you know, he should be in this position there. He should be right with Demba Ba. Should be one in behind and there should be one in front. And why these players, when they were playing short, one of them had to talk and transition and get back. You know, Mick Fien was on the side saying, somebody's got to get back. And look at the space that he has to run into. It's just, you do not see that. Normally there's one behind, one in front. Those roles, I did that role. You know, you understood the fact the quick boys were there in case there's a counter. But the problem is there was nobody there. And I don't think any of us really know why.
It's a dream for Demba Ba, Robin, finding himself in acres of space.
Yeah, but, you know, from the corner kick, it's like a unwritten rule that if you play it short, which is fine, you have one or two passes and then you bring it in. You play short, short, and then you cross it. It's like when you keep it there too long, and Owen mentioned it before, you're asking for trouble. Because then they can commit, Basaksehir can commit, and you know, if they receive the ball like they did, you're in trouble. And that's like basic stuff. You know, when you play short too often anywhere on the pitch, you're asking for trouble. And this is what they did. And without rest defense, it's like a basic rule as well. You always need to sort out at any given time, with a corner, when you're going forward, your rest defense. This is what you learn when you're 12. So it's a comical mistake, unfortunately. United's point of view, but little, they brought little to the table in the second half. Not many chances. It was too slow. So Basaksehir did well and deserved the win tonight.
Well, Manchester United had 62% possession, just 2 shots on target, Paul. How disappointing was it?
Yeah, it was very disappointing. I think Robin's right. You do have to give them some credit. They defended really well, and especially the first half on the counter-attack looked really, really dangerous. I'm struggling to find a positive for United, really. You look around the team, there should be enough quality there to create chances and at least have shots on goal. And when the first 11 doesn't work, you bring 3 or 4 really quality players on, and none of them had an effect on the game. I think all in all, it's be interesting what he does on Saturday with Everton coming up, another tough game.
A huge game now.
A huge game. Well, it's always a big game anyway, with the way the league has started. He's got to try and revitalise them, try and get some quality out of the players he's got.
And this was supposed to be the easiest game in the group. They obviously got the wins against PSG and Leipzig, but will more questions be asked of the manager now?
Well, I think concentration on the first goal, you know, in organisation. Where is everyone? I mean, there's nobody back. You know, normally, as Cozy said, there's normally one in behind and one in front of Demba Ba. There's no one there, you know, so I think basics, tiny basics that they just didn't get right. They weren't right for 1-0, they weren't right for 2-0. Defensively, they were so poor. Only had 2 shots on target. So after that Martial attempt, they only had 1 more attempt on target.
Did you see a clear plan tonight?
I thought they looked more vulnerable again defensively. So I thought there was a conscious choice to try and not play 2 sitters and create more opportunities. But the fact, again, they looked more vulnerable defensively. The fullbacks were never in beside the 2 centre-backs, like on the second goal. So I think the big worry for Oli is when he tries to let the reins off a little bit and attack more and get attacking players on the pitch, you know, the fullbacks aren't in, there's no protection in front, and it puts pressure on the whole team. So Saturday is a huge game because Everton are a good side, a lot better than, with the utmost respect to Basaksehir. And but they were second best in every phase.
I did miss the urgency as well, like on the ball, and as well
definitely.
when you don't have the ball, the urgency to commit, to really commit. You know, in my time at Manchester United, Ferguson said, "I don't mind losing, as long as my team is not running less than the opponent, and I want to see commitment going forward, and as well defensively." And I'm pretty sure that Basaksehir run more than Manchester United. So, that should never be the case in any game. You should always, in terms of commitment, because that has nothing to do with qualities or the abilities you have as a player. That's all extra, but you need to commit to the game. You need to be there with 100% focus, and I just missed that urgency tonight.
Outside of possession, they were second best virtually in every phase. They dominated possession, but didn't create anything for it. So I think Robin's right. I think in the teams that you had, the intensity had to be there. It wasn't there for whatever reason. I think that will surprise everyone, really.
Well, we'll talk a lot more after the break, but Manchester United are still top of Group H, but they are the first English side to lose in the Champions League this season. They've got 6 points in the group, and Basaksehir pick up their first 3 points in the group at the halfway point. Later on tonight, it's Leipzig against PSG in the group, and as